Hello, friends. Today I'm hosting Elena and her husband Thức, and we are going to talk about relationships in Vietnamese families. I'm very curious to know more about this country because it's in my wish list to visit, and I'm sure you will learn a lot of new things. Yes, I really want to see Vietnam for a long time because I have met so many Vietnamese people here, and they're really amazing, very friendly, very warm. So I think it would be a great experience to visit Vietnam. So first of all, I would like to ask you to introduce yourself. Where are you from? What do you do? So that our listeners to know you a little bit better.
My
Yes.
name should start better.
Let's start with the lady or with the
Man.
I think
with your
it's
man.
lady
Okay.
first. Okay,
Ladies
it's the
first.
lady first.
Yes.
You can.
Normally,
Well,
yes.
Yeah.
okay, let it be. Hi everyone, my name's Elena and I'm 29 and it's been already 2 years as I live in Vietnam. I came here as an ESL teacher. I've been teaching English for more than 9 years. And before that, I traveled to many European countries and as well, like I was living in China and in England, London.
Oh.
Yeah. And so 2 years ago, I just decided to move to Vietnam. And there I met my love. Yeah.
Elena, before we continue, may I ask you why did you choose Vietnam as a country for your job? Is there any particular reason, or it was just spontaneous? How did it happen?
Not exactly. Actually, I had a reason to go back to Asia because before the pandemic, as I said, I lived in China and I left all my stuff there. So I had to go back to take my stuff, my motorbike and everything. But at the moment I was going to China, it was still closed at that moment, right? Like 2 years ago.
Yes.
And then I was like, okay, which is the nearest country and still beautiful and warm? And then I decided to go to Vietnam.
Yeah, it was your destiny.
You're laughing because it's not that warm actually. Yeah, so that's the reason actually. I decided to choose Vietnam. Yeah.
Yeah, so you like warm weather, like me.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What about you, Tik? Can you please introduce yourself a bit?
About me. Hello, hi, everyone. My name Thức. It's Vietnam. It's my name chính thức. If you want to know it's English, it's official.
Yeah, translation for his name is
Official.
official.
Yeah, my name
Okay,
chính
okay.
thức.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you what actually your name means, because I think all
I'm
Asian names mean
yeah.
something.
Asian name is Trương Chính Thức. Is my full name Trương Chính Thức. I'm 30 years old. I have a time like work English center,
Like manager.
like manager.
Yes.
And after that, I'm join military Vietnam. You can see it's military Vietnam.
Ah, okay, that's great.
After
Yes.
2 years, I'm come back my work, and at that time, I met my love. I have interview with my wife.
Oh, that's great.
And I
Yes.
I like she is a one teacher, one come to work in my company, and I'm manager, and I have interview with my lord.
But the thing is that you didn't show yourself. You just switched off the camera, and there was another HR who was interviewing me.
At that time,
So you were
it's
hiding.
my staff. No, it's like my staff do that. I only need hear the voice. I only need check. She good or not good?
Beautiful.
If she good, if she beautiful, she good teacher. I say pass, and my staff will say agree.
So I passed.
Yeah.
So you
And,
passed all standards,
when I
beauty,
met
intelligence,
my love,
everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
she come to Vietnam. She live in Vietnam, and the first time she come, I met her and support my wife.
Thanks.
And I think it's when I see my wife, I feel love because she's so beautiful, so smart. And when
Yes.
we talking, I know it's the girl of my life, and I try support her with my heart. And after that, I feel she like me and she love me the same, and I'm really feel
Good.
really good for that. And I tell her I'm love her and everything. I show my affection, and she agree. And now we have a family. We have one baby,
Yeah,
6 months.
that's
That is
absolutely
everything.
beautiful. But I would like to ask you to tell your love story a little bit in more details. Yeah, Elena, I want to ask you, did you ever think that you would be married to someone from a totally different culture, or it just happened spontaneously? So you didn't expect that you will meet someone so close in Vietnam, especially?
Uh-huh. That's your question. Actually, I knew I would marry a foreigner husband in the future, foreigner man,
Really?
because yeah, because I travel so many times, and like it's not just traveling. Sometimes I live in the countries, and it's really hard, like when you don't know anybody, there is nobody to support you, and you have nobody to show your affection to. So, but to be honest, when I was moving to Vietnam, I didn't know I was gonna meet you here. I was just thinking probably I would just sign the contract for 1 year teaching, and after that I would move back to China or maybe to London again, England. But then, yeah, I met you. I mean, like I always knew there would be somebody from another country because, to be honest, I have dated the guys from Russia, and I wasn't so excited
Really?
about the relationship. Yes, like the attitude and everything. And Asian people, they're so kind. They're so like they know how to treat women. Yeah, so yeah, probably I knew that something like that would happen in my life.
Yeah, since you started comparing, I would like to ask you this question now. So, can you please tell us what are the main differences between, let's say, Vietnamese men and Russian men? You said that with Russian men it didn't work out. So, what is the difference? Because I noticed that a lot of girls who are married abroad, they are telling, yeah, we couldn't imagine our life with our own types. Yeah. So, what can you
Actually, the
say?
main difference, I think, this is the age too, because like I cannot judge like by all Vietnamese men because my husband is the only man I was dating, like
Yes,
the Asian.
I can understand, but still, I
So
mean,
it's
you met
gonna be
different
like,
people.
yeah, it's gonna be like my husband comparison versus Russian boys I've met before, and I would say like my husband, he cares about me, like he even can cook. Like, can you imagine, man? He can cook.
Yeah,
Wow, like
yes,
yeah. It's
that's
just
really
like my
great. You,
relationship. It was like, have you cooked anything today? Why you haven't cooked 3 dishes for me? I'm waiting for that or something like this. But here I just feel like the truth. I feel like a queen, and she knows that. Yeah, probably this is the attitude. It's different. Like we just care about each other. It's not just like one side relationship. But probably I just was in the wrong relationship back then in Russia. That's the thing. But I don't regret that.
yes, and I would like to ask you, are Vietnamese men romantic? Because I heard from many girls, especially who are married to Japanese or Korean, that their men are not very romantic. They're more reserved, they don't really show their love so much. So, what
I
can you
think
say about your husband?
my love would ask this question better.
Are you
Do you
Uh,
consider
romantic?
yourself romantic?
the truth, if say information about, I don't think all the men in Asia or the Vietnam is the same me, because another man will different. But with me, the truth, I'm no, I like people not really easy for say something romantic. The truth, another man Vietnam, so many men they can do that easy. The same the movie you're watching with Korean movie, they say so many things so romantic.
Yes.
But with me, I don't know how they can do that easy. But with me, I no more don't say so many like romantic words, talk so many topic romantic, but I know how to show that with my affection, with my heart. Like I know, I cooking, I prepare everything for my family, something like that. I do everything with my heart, with my affection, and I think that is romantic. But it's romantic. Don't show with the talk. Don't show with the word. Like you show with action. I think
This
like
is
that.
kind of your love language, let's say. And but still, every day we tell each other that we love each other. No matter what happens, like we've got one rule, right? Like never go to bed before apologizing. Like if we just had a mess or something during the day, we don't go to bed and like sleeping in different corners and saying like I hate you or something. No, we like okay, so peace, like, yeah, it's okay, love you too, and that's it. Yeah, this
No, I
is
think
pretty
it's very
common.
important, yeah. Because
Yeah,
if you're just
or
had some argument and then you go to sleep, yeah, with the hard feelings, yeah, it's not good. It's better to fix it. Yes.
The truth is that sometimes we sleep another bed, but only one
because of
reason because I'm take care my baby, and
it's
I
just your
know
baby.
like maybe today she work, she tired, and if we together take care of the baby at midnight, he wake up, everyone will tired the same. So she or me with the baby can sleep another room.
Yeah.
That will be good, and she can spend more time for real life. Not really tired. Maybe tomorrow she have a work in the morning early, so tonight she can sleep another room,
Or
and don't
sometimes
need spend
really
more time take care of the baby when really tired. Because you know if you start work early and you have a one night don't sleep,
sleepless.
that is really
Yes, of
horrible.
course. So
That
you're
is
really perfect husband. You're cooking. You are taking care of the baby. Yes. What else a woman needs in man? Yes, I think it's really great. Elena, can you please tell how fast did you understand that he is the one? Which qualities of your husband impressed you the most?
Nice question, by the way. I've got a habit to have some notes in my phone. Yeah, and at the moment when I met my husband, like at that moment, just a friend, as I was thinking, yeah, I didn't know we would just hit it off and become like bigger. So to say, I had some notes in my phone, and I recently was checking. It was like just almost in a month since our date, like when we got to know each other in person, not on the interview, but in person.
Yes.
And I was like writing. Oh, you remember what I was writing there?
my wife, so
The
she
notes.
write the
Yeah.
note in the phone, like when she met me, she feels kind people,
Person.
and when she comes my family, she don't feel shy when have love with the man have a family normal. My family not big family. I was born my family really normal. Maybe some people will think my poor family, but the truth, she don't feel shy for that, and she feel good, and she think me is the man for family, and she only care about my affection, only care about myself, and only care about what I do in the future, and don't care about now he have how much, now he have car, he have how, or how much, how many money he have.
Yeah.
I think that thing really important, and she write that it's her note, and when I read that I feel so really good because it's one girl met me and don't care about myself so many about my family, about my money, about my house, my motorbike, my car, only care about love. The truth, we have a married, we married one reason is because love. I think that is big reason. It's only love.
Yeah, that's the thing actually. So then just summing up your question, I guess like within a month basically I realized that this is my man.
Wow, that's really
Sure.
fast. Yes. So, what did you like in your husband the most? How
Uh,
did he won your heart so fast?
I guess that he's a sincere person. He tells the truth, like, and he's a really honest person. And when he does something, I can see that he's doing that with his like love, and I think that's what just that's the reason, one of the main reasons why I fell for him, I guess. Yeah, so I didn't feel like he's been using me or something like that, and I also felt like it was mutual. Like I felt the same, like I felt really good when I was doing something for him, and I just could understand that he felt the same. For instance, I just still remember one thing, like I bought a bed linen for him. He loves dinosaurs, and he had just only the pillows, like with the dinosaurs print. But I ordered the dinosaur linen for the bedding, And when he came to my apartment at the first month we were living separately, and he came and he was like, "Oh, you also love dinosaurs?" I said, "No, actually I bought that for you." Like, I felt so nice to buy some small things for him, even though we didn't live together at that moment.
Yes.
So I mean, it says something. Yeah.
Yes, that's really nice. And what about you, Tik? What did you like the most about Yelena when you saw her? Because it happened, yeah, just in 1 month you already decided to be together.
Uh, I want to share about normal the man in Asia. Everyone will think for the married foreigner. We focus about the body, about the face, beautiful, or can earn a lot of money. That is the truth with another man and so many people. But with me, when I met my wife, I think she beautiful. But it's not only reason is beautiful. She's smart. The truth, my wife, she can speak 5 or 6 language.
Oh,
She can speak Russian, French, English, a little bit China,
Chinese.
Korea, Chinese, Korean,
Korean just understand.
and Spain.
Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish.
wow,
Like it's
you're a polyglot.
yeah. The truth is when I met her and I know she can speak 6 language. I think really smart, beautiful. And at that time, I only want to know she single or she already have a boyfriend, because it really beautiful, really smart, and the choose come to Vietnam, have a job, can earn money. It's like the good money, so easy for have relationship, easy for have love, not single. But and I asked the question, you single, and she tell me she don't have boyfriend. At that time, I feel it's. I think with all the men will be the same me. When see the girl beautiful, smart, single, and it's no reason for say no with the girl like that. And I will try so everything I have, like my affection with my heart. And lucky, she feel that and she understand that and she agree. I think that is my feel or the reason why I choose my wife. And after that, I have love.
Your wife is so smart.
And after that, I have love, and I feel not only beautiful, not only smart. She understand, and she is good wife, and like it's the girl for good for how to make you feel. If you go out, you work whole day, and when you come home, you see your wife, you feel, oh, okay, today is everything can disappear. It's problem in the work or office disappear because it's come and she is my wife.
The truth.
That thing is like the truth is like I think I have so many reasons for choose one girl, but I think with me she have so many reasons, not only smart, not only beautiful, so many things good. That reason why I choose and I have love in my life.
That's so beautiful how you talk about your wife. Yeah, with so much love. Yeah, it's really nice to hear. And I would like to ask both of you, what was the reaction of your families when you told them, yeah, that you're actually serious about each other and you want to be together because it happened fast? Yeah. Did your family support you, or did you have some problems or misunderstanding due to this reason?
Uh,
Can I start?
I will start with my family.
I'll check on Danichka, okay? Check the baby.
Yes.
Just a second.
With my family, before I want to say the truth, before my wife, I have a relationship with the girl foreigner. Not not only have love with the girl in Vietnam. I have a love with the girl South Africa, the girl from Ireland is another country. And when my family know I have love with my wife from Russian, the truth they not really surprised because before I have that, but when I'm say this time I'm really want marry her, they feel so surprised for that. and they only tell me like, okay, if you want marry foreigner, you should know you will have something difficult in the future, but everyone respect your design. So if you want to do that,
Oh, look
everyone
who is
will
here.
support. And at that time, it's my family agree, and the truth they try support everything. And I know we have difficult because the truth like we are another country. My family like so many things is like try connect with everything with my wife family, but sometimes we have a
Misunderstandings.
yeah, something a little bit
Cultural.
difficult,
Yes.
Cultural.
and we need time for that. And at that time, I try make everything good, and I hope we can fix any problem. Because the truth, I think important one point important is she and me. If we always love, we always happy, everything problem we can fix. Yeah, that is the truth about my family. They surprise, but not really surprised, and they try support everything when no I want married foreigner.
And I also remember you told me that they said like this time be careful because like the previous relationship they finished like you got separated because of COVID, and you felt
Yeah.
not good about breaking the relationship. So his parents actually they were concerned that this time is going to be the same. Like I'm leaving to my country, leaving like heartbroken, you know. Of course they
Yeah,
care.
of course.
There's yeah, well,
But
and answering your question, by the way, my mom she wasn't surprised actually because she knew like I was traveling so many countries, and as for my grandma, I haven't got father actually, but as for my grandma, she would always say, "Elena, come back to Russia. What did you find in other countries? What's good about other countries? Come back to Russia, find a boy. I need to see my great grandchildren or so, yeah." And I was like, "Don't worry, like that's okay." Of course, I wanted to have a family, but I never knew at what age that would happen. And yeah, as I said, I didn't expect to get my love here in Vietnam, but still, when I told them, they were happy that I've got a boyfriend. Like they were like, "Wow, that's so great!" And my mom, she's like, she loves to use the opportunity, so to say. When she knew like that I'm getting married, when I told her that we are getting married, she was like, which means I can go and live in Vietnam for free, as many times as I want. Yeah. Yeah, that's what she said, and she already came here twice, and she's going to come this year as well. Yeah, that's
that's
the fact.
great. Yeah. How did she like Vietnam?
Uh, she liked Vietnam a lot, actually, but the only thing she didn't that was the heat. It's really hot in the summer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can imagine. Yeah, but how it
yeah, that's
is
the thing.
now? How is the weather in winter? Is it pleasant to visit Vietnam in winter?
I think I wouldn't recommend to visit in winter, especially the northern part, because it's quite cold.
Really?
It's just like 10 degrees of Celsius right now, but still we are wearing the jackets. It's quite chilly.
Wow,
And
I was
sometimes it's raining.
expecting much warmer weather actually because I thought that it's pretty warm in winter as well. So it
It
can be.
depends, because Vietnam is quite like it's quite big, let's
Yes.
say, and from the north to the south, it's got different climates. Like we've got three parts of Vietnam: southern, northern, and the middle Vietnam. So we live in the northern part, which is closer to China. So
Yes.
we do have cold weather, but now in Ho Chi Minh, which is on the south, it should be quite warmer, right? In Ho
Yeah,
Chi Minh now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Vietnam,
That's nice. Yeah,
Hanoi,
because
Ho Chi
yeah,
Minh weather different.
yeah,
Normal in Ho Chi Minh, they only have a two season.
yeah.
Season
Dry,
rain and
wet,
season not rain
dry.
like that. Is it dry or rain? Yeah, but in Hanoi we have like four season.
Yeah,
okay.
just like in Russia, all 4 seasons we have.
That's interesting because in winter I always want to escape somewhere warm. So I was thinking maybe Vietnam is a good option, yes,
If you
to visit like.
opt for if you opt for the heat weather, so you'd better go to Ho Chi Minh. If you don't mind like 4 seasons, like it's in Russia, so you gotta go to Hanoi. Or if you just prefer to go to the sea, you can go to Da Nang, Nha Trang, the cities like that. They are on the shore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. No, I just love warm weather. I don't like extreme heat, but if it's warm and pleasant, let's say up to 35 degrees, it's pretty nice. Yes, but more than that, it's difficult to survive. Yes. Elena, I would like to ask you, okay, how did you get married? Did you have a traditional Vietnamese wedding? Can you tell us a little bit more about it? Because I don't know anything about Vietnamese weddings, which rituals they perform. Is there anything different to compare? I don't know, to Chinese or probably, I don't know, Japanese or whatever. Probably should be some difference. So
Well,
how did it happen?
so in terms of dressing, like it was, let's say, international. I was wearing a white dress, like basic white dress, the big one. My husband, he was wearing a suit, yeah, like white and black. That's the thing, like we didn't want to take or maybe I didn't want to take traditional dresses, because to be honest, all these women, like majority of women here, they're quite short and they're quite like fit and slim, even
Yes.
skinny. And these traditional dresses, they just like basically they're too small for me.
Yeah.
That's why I decided not to try. I just was like, okay, what is that? Like, is it? And I was just like, okay, let's take the basic, like white and black wedding. And as for the traditions, how was that? Was that 100% Vietnamese, you think?
I think it's talk about our married and marriage tradition will different a little bit. The first thing, like she you dress.
Yeah, as I said already.
Yeah, only one dress that different. Normal we will you are tradition dress. And the second is for married in Vietnam. Normal we always have the time come to home and pick the girl.
Now,
Come with the
okay.
house of the man. Like
And, and it's still the girl.
yeah, we need it's like we need like the time is a example. I need the time come is Elena house and say and talk with everyone family. Elena like hello everyone is after a long time I love your daughter. Today we are married and I come here and I wanna tell you let me take your daughter come and live together with
Actually,
me
we kind of also have it in
like
Russia.
that. Yeah, but it's like, but the truth is difficult a little bit because it's Elena. She come here and her family don't have house here, and that the reason. That the reason we don't do that. I not come. It's her house and tell that. And we met the same time. We met the same time together with the party. Like the party, everyone enjoy my party, our party, and we will talk about story love, and we will talk, and my family will talk with her mom, like let allow for she and me married and together live in the future. So I think a little bit difficult, and normal with married in Vietnam, normal need like maybe 3 days, maybe 2 days, but with us it's only one day.
No, 5. 2 days we had 6th of April, and then the main ceremony on the 7th.
Yeah, like
We had 2 days.
yeah, and it's one thing so special with my marriage, my wedding, because it's my hometown. Don't have a lot of people marry foreigners,
Yeah.
and when everyone live in my hometown know about my wedding, normal they come, they finish food, and they will go home. But with my wedding, they come, they start food, they finish, and they stay there for wait. For look is how is married with the girl foreigner,
Take
and they
pictures.
try to look and take the picture with my wife and me because they think it's really special, really special when have one man married foreigner girl. Because with Vietnam, okay, girl married with foreigner man, so many,
Yeah.
but it's a man married with foreigner girl, and the girl really beautiful. Is don't have many. We can count in the finger like that. Yeah, it's like so special, and so many people they want to know about that. Nothing.
And they're jealous.
Yeah,
guys,
the
they're
truth a little bit
jealous.
jealous.
I can imagine. Yes. And I want to ask traditionally, are there many people, many guests on Vietnamese weddings? Is it like in the East, like because Eastern weddings are huge? There can be 500 guests, 1,000 guests, it depends. The
Same
same.
thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like as far as I know, Thức said that we have invited like 400 people or so, but in fact only 300 appeared to be there, or 350, because as we said, we had 2 days, which means some guests they came the first day and they didn't come the second. Some of them probably came twice for eating or so. I don't know, but this is just only from his side. Because from my side, there were only 3 people, which is my mom, my best friend, and her boyfriend. My duh.
Yeah,
So which
baby's not
means I
happy.
only had 3 invited people on my wedding. Like imagine if I would invite everybody, like from my family, all my guests, just like in Russia, it would be, I guess, maybe 700 or 800 probably.
Wow.
But actually, sometimes I feel like we don't have, like personally, my family, we don't have so many people that we know. Probably it wouldn't be so much. Like, why you've got so much people? Like, probably because he's just from the village, and there's like all the village comes to your wedding.
Yeah, of course.
That's the reason.
And especially it was a different type of wedding. He didn't marry someone from his own country. Yeah, so of course it was more interesting, more exciting to see. Yes.
What do you want to say? Huh?
Yeah,
What do
he
you want
wants to talk. Yes, he wants to say something.
to tell him?
Give him milk.
Okay, give you milk. Nah. Andy.
Good boy.
Feeding my time.
Yes, that's really interesting to hear about Vietnamese wedding because, as I said, I don't know anything. And are there any special, maybe rituals or traditions which you had to perform, like something really Vietnamese, what is common in Vietnam?
Like is it? When we were pouring some kind of champagne, I'm not sure if we've got this in Russia, or maybe we also have. Like we got some kind of champagne glasses in the shape of triangle, like one on the other one, like this, and you just like a groom and a bride, we had to pour some champagne there, and then some kind of magic happened, and it was like I don't know how, like something beautiful. Yeah, this thing, I'm not sure we have it in Russia, maybe we do, but I was surprised about the cake, like it's like I'm really a sweet tooth because I love everything sweet. And there was like a huge cake, like really huge, like it's gotta be on the weddings. But in fact, when I saw that, I was like, oh, Dick, we got such a big cake, really? We gotta spend so much money. He said, like, no, actually the cake's on top, and all the rest is fake. I was like, really? So we are not going to eat the cake? He said, no, we don't usually eat a cake. Yeah, and yeah, Vietnamese people, they don't prefer eating sweet things at all. Yeah, they don't like my husband. He doesn't like chocolate, but I love chocolate. Yeah, and there was just a small cake on the top, and
So it was a big
like,
disappointment.
yeah, sure. But the cake was nice because I took that to my table and I said, okay, this cake is mine. It's my wedding, and I'm going to eat that. Yeah, that's the
Yes, that's
thing.
interesting. Yeah, that's maybe the reason why Vietnamese people are so slim because they don't eat sweets. Really?
Yeah, that thing. And you know what? Yeah, that's about the cake, but they haven't got the tradition of throwing the bouquet. Like usually, bride she takes the bouquet and they are, you know, like in
Yes.
Russia,
Yes.
we do turn, yeah, and then we throw the bouquet, and the lady or the man who catches that is going to be in the next to get married.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have that. Like I offered that. I said, let's try to make a little bit but Russian, and he said, like, what did you say? You said that all people coming to the wedding.
The truth is, normal is we married in Vietnam. You have time for that. You have a place. You can do that. But with
Really?
our marriage,
Yeah.
as you can see, we the same time party. It means everyone eat.
Yeah, they don't
Everyone
care.
have party. Not about they don't care. If we do that, is only flower come the table food. Is no one can take that at that time. Like everyone busy with the food and party. They enjoy the food,
Yeah.
and they look at me and my wife like that
On the
and
stage.
talking. Yeah, and if we take flower, okay, we put flower. It's the
We
same
just
with
throw the
another marriage,
flowers.
but the truth is, the flower will come the table.
But
Food
actually, the
like
cool.
that.
We have visited like maybe 10 weddings of your friends, and I never saw that they would throw the flowers. Never.
Because it's like married in Vietnam, not only it's short time. They have 2 or 3 days, and the time for the party, normal everyone come and eat. At that time, we only spend time, enjoy food,
Yeah.
and who married will bring wife come and or beer come and say thank
cheers.
you, cheer, thank you for today come with my marriage, my wedding, and thank you for everything, and that great. Yeah,
But
that.
do they serve alcohol on Vietnamese weddings, or it's not really common?
Yeah, apple meow meow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Special alcohol drink. Yeah.
Vietnam is one country we have a lot kind of alcohol.
Yeah.
From sticky rice, from fruits, from sleep or tree or so many things. Yeah, and I think it's normal if you come to Vietnam, you can say táo mèo. Táo mèo is one kind of alcohol so famous, and you can use the word like apple mèo mèo because it's apple in Vietnam is táo, and mèo mèo is the truth, not cat, but everyone know mèo mèo is animal cat, and we can connect that apple mèo mèo is kind of alcohol in Vietnam. Táo mèo, like you can
Okay.
say
Is
that
it a
everyone in
strong
Vietnam
one? Or
understand.
is it a
It's
strong alcohol, or it's more like beer? Or
not I think not really strong, and you feel sweet. You feel a little bit sour from apple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
and you can drink and you feel really nice the first time when you drink. But
But after 10,
after that, maybe after 10 or after 1 hour, you feel drunk.
I mean after
That
10 small
10
cups.
small cup like.
Yeah, small
But the
glasses.
truth, if you drink, you will feel like the same cocktail,
Cocktail.
like cocktail, and not really strong. But if
Mhm.
you drink, you don't feel drunk at that time. You will feel drunk later, like
That's nice.
slowly,
Yeah.
like slowly, not shock like tequila or some
Tequila.
tequila or some alcohol different. That is a really smooth, and you will feel really sweet, but slowly make you drunk.
Why it feels like you've been advertising that now?
But that's the truth about alcohol in Vietnam.
No, that's interesting because I know that in many Eastern marriages it's not even allowed to serve alcohol. That's why I wanted to ask, how it is in during Vietnamese ceremonies. Yeah, so it's kind of normal to have alcohol during weddings, and also you said that some people come to eat. Yeah, do they serve like a buffet type of food, like everyone can come and take what they want, or how is it?
Surely is already it's being ready on the tables, and you know that
Okay.
was the thing like my best friend, she's vegan, even not vegetarian. She's vegan,
Okay. Yes.
and I told my husband about that, and he said, okay, we're gonna have a table completely vegan, but a friend of him is a chef, and he managed to cook everything looking like normal food, like something like, I don't know, beans and something else, but in the
Mhm.
form of chicken, or like, so that it looks the
Ah,
same like on the normal
okay, okay.
table, but only we know it's vegan, you see.
Yes.
And when my mom knew about that, because I told her, Mom, as there is only you and my friend and her boyfriend and like me, okay, so we're gonna have one table for our, so to say, community. And I told her it's gonna be vegan, absolutely. And she said, no, I need shrimps, I need meat. My mom, okay, we can take it from another table. Yeah, she was like, I'm not going to sit with your friend. I said, it's okay, we will just serve you something else, something additional. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, no, that's interesting, yeah, to know more about the traditions because I can see that it's totally different. That's from what I heard about different weddings. And Elena, I would like to ask you, how do you feel in Vietnam? Could you find friends among locals? Is it actually easy to find friends among locals, or do you prefer to communicate with expats? Because I know in some countries it's very difficult to make friends among locals. Yeah, like in Europe it's almost impossible. Even if you know language, they don't really want to integrate with you. Yeah, that's why I think Russians, they communicate with Russians only. So it depends. Yeah, so how is it in Vietnam?
Well, actually, I would start with China because it will show how I have changed with the time. Because the first time when I came to China, and that was my first country when I lived for some time, not just traveled, I realized that I was just in touch only with the expats or Russian speaking people, like not
Yes.
exactly from Russia, but still. And at that moment, I didn't feel like I wanna communicate with the locals, so I didn't understand them. I mean, in terms of mindset. They got me irritated, but then I just came back and I started to learn Chinese. And the next time when I came back to just for traveling and to taking back my stuff, I already could communicate with the
Mhm.
locals and I felt kind of closer to them. I think it was just because of the language barrier and my
Yes.
mindset, like the first time. But when I came to Vietnam, the first time, I didn't know Thức, of course, at that moment. I just came and I was placed in the village, actually. Danya. I was placed in the village because, like, I applied to the agency and they said, like, okay, you're going to be working in the village, but it's not that far away from the city. But actually, it was really far away. And at that moment, I realized that there were no foreigners at all. Like,
Yes.
100 kilometers away, like radius, and no foreigners. So I had to communicate with the locals sometimes. And these locals, they were just like, a friend of mine, like not really friends, just like a guy in the hairdresser, a guy in the coffee shop, like things
Yes.
like that. Of course, I tried to communicate. I even tried to learn a little bit of Vietnamese, but it didn't work out. It wasn't interesting to communicate because, like, a person doesn't understand me, I don't understand him, he doesn't speak English, and all this stuff. But then when I moved to Hanoi and I met my love, my husband, I was like, wow, you speak English so cool. Yeah, and actually here in Hanoi, um, somehow I do communicate with the expats actually,
Mhm.
but not Russian.
No, but
like
are there many, sorry, are there many Russians living in Vietnam? Because, I think you are the first Russian girl I met who is married to Vietnamese man, really. I tried to look for different, like, I wanted to talk to different people to know about different countries, but I saw quite a few, I think, Vietnamese girls who are married abroad, but I never met, like, so many girls who are married to Vietnamese men, actually. So I don't know, is it common for Vietnamese men to marry foreigner women? Or it's
yeah,
like
it's just like as my husband said before, it's not such a common thing actually, because it's much more often to meet a girl, Vietnamese girl, getting married to a foreigner. Yeah, our family, we've got the friends like a Canadian man who's got married to a Vietnamese, or Russian from Yekaterinburg. He also got married to a Vietnamese. Yeah,
Wow.
this kind of.
So it's the same, it's the same like with Russian men, because I have been asked many times why there are so many Russian women who are married to foreigner men, but we don't see any Russian men who are married to foreigner women. I say, yeah, if you compare, it's like big difference, yes. But I was kind of curious why it is like this. Is it because Russian women are more open-minded and Russian men are more conservative? But what actually the reason? But still, I don't know. I see some couples, but it's like very rarely, I would say, if I compare with women.
Actually, personally, I think that one of the reasons is that it's much more interesting to communicate with the person from another country, because he's got another mindset, he's got another experience and background, and moreover, you can travel to each other's countries and live there. You see?
Yes.
That's the thing.
Exactly. Yes. And so you could find your circle of friends like in Hanoi. You said that they are mostly expats, yes?
Yeah, but just a few, really a few, because currently I'm on the maternity leave, and then we spend so much time with the baby, and
yes,
if
of
we
course.
do go parties, we go to visit his friends, So yeah, then yes.
He really wants to say something to us. Yes.
Yeah, but he cannot. Yeah.
Yes, not yet. Next time we meet, yeah, we will talk all together. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. He is already saying something. Yes, singing actually. Yes. And Elena, how is it about job? Is it difficult to being expat? Is it difficult to find job in Vietnam? Or it depends what specialty do you have? So you are a teacher, so maybe for teachers it's easier, but for which specialties is more easy and maybe more difficult?
Actually, I think my husband can reply this question as well, or you want to calm down the baby? Okay. Well, now I can speak like an ASL teacher, or like an recruiter, because we set up the agency,
Yes.
and we do help the teachers get employed. And of course, there are some requirements for the teachers, for the English teachers. There is the stereotype that you should just get a lot of experience or something like that to teach. But trust me, I've been teaching for 9 years, and nobody's surprised when they hear that. They just need you to have good pronunciation. It's not about experience.
It's about
and they need
pronunciation.
yeah, and they also need you to know how to teach the English language to the kids, basically, or adolescents. And that is why they do require you to have a TESOL TEFL certificate. Like this is kind of course that you gotta take, and as you accomplish that, you prove that you can teach.
Yes.
And it's not even about pedagogical education, and I was really surprised, because why did I study for pedagogics, for teaching languages, if nobody's asking that? Basically, you just can take the course, which is online. It takes you from 2 weeks up to 2 months, up to you, up to your speed, and then you can just prove your teaching. That's it. Yeah. And well, these are the basic requirements for the teachers. But as for finding the job, I would say that it's quite challenging if the foreigner comes here and he tries to find it by himself, because the employers, they do prefer working with the agencies, because in case of misunderstanding, or in case of something, they would just refer to the agency. But in case they do collaborate with the teacher directly, that's not gonna happen. That's why I would say it's quite difficult to find a job by yourself. That is why when I first came here, and when I came to China, for instance, I would always apply to the agencies. And then I was meeting my husband. He's a recruiter manager with the experience in this field, and I was like, hey, let's set up a business. I'm gonna be teaching. I'm a teacher. I know so many things about teaching English, and you're a recruiter. So we're gonna set up the agency helping teachers to find job. So that's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's a great idea, actually. Why not? Yes, because you have experience, yeah, in different fields. So I think, and apart the teaching job, what about other jobs? Like I know that IT is very popular everywhere. I don't know how it is in Vietnam. Yeah, for example, if IT person come to Vietnam, yeah, and is it easy to find a job?
I
Or still,
can
actually, another question, yeah, is it actually easy to find a job without knowing Vietnamese language? Because I don't know, are there a lot of people speaking English in Vietnam, or is it kind of not a very common language and a lot of people don't know it? So, can you survive in Vietnam without Vietnamese? Let's say like that.
well, that's your questions. Well, the first thing is that I'm not a specialist in other kind of employment stuff. Yes, so let's say I'm just our field is about teaching English. That's why I can consult you on this point. But as for IT sector, I think that it's just like I think like that. That in each country, it's kind of I'm not sure if it's easy to find, but it just there's so many people who work online, and they find somehow that like on the internet, and I'm not sure how to find that on Vietnam. Like I think like if you work in IT, you have to know English and maybe Vietnamese. Like otherwise, why would you work for the Vietnamese company?
Yes, yes.
I'm not sure, to be honest. But as you you were asking if it's possible to survive without knowing the local language, well, kind of yes and kind of no. That's kind of the big ambiguous question because in fact you would feel probably uncomfortable without knowing the local language because you would always have to use the
Yeah.
translation and it's not correct. Yeah, sometimes it just gives the mistakes or some stupid translations, such as like when you want to translate the menu, and then it says like instead of fried ribs or something, it says like I don't know, peak on the tree, blah 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 bullshit stuff, And like,
Yes, I can
okay,
imagine. Yeah, it happens. Yes,
yeah, and you're like,
indeed. Especially with the rare languages, it happens. Sometimes it translates
sure,
completely weird. Something.
that's
Yes, that's
what
true.
would probably feel uncomfortable. But in Vietnam, uh, like if we take Hanoi, like center Hanoi is considered to be for foreigners. That's why they've got double languages, like two languages in the menus. So that's okay to survive. But if you're gonna go to some kind of districts,
Yeah.
which are usually for the local people, like not that touristic places, you're not gonna meet English at all. So yeah, it's uncomfortable. But as for finding the jobs, especially talking about English teaching, you don't need to know Vietnamese because you
Okay.
teach English. Yeah.
Yes, of
So and
course.
you don't need to communicate in Vietnamese. You just communicate with your managers, and you see my husband. Uh, and my husband he speaks English. Yeah, so let's say he was initially he was the person who would help me to communicate with my boss, for
Oh,
example.
okay.
Yeah, that's the
And
thing.
what about your Vietnamese? Are you learning it? Can you speak a bit or understand? Yeah, is it actually difficult language to learn because you can speak already so many languages? And I heard that if you know Chinese, nothing can be difficult after Chinese because it's the most difficult language, one of the most, let's say. Because
Yes,
what about Vietnamese? Is it difficult or easy to learn if you're really motivated? Yeah.
actually, one thing is that I'm not really motivated. The second thing is that in comparison with a Chinese tone system, and they've got five tones. Fifth is the neutral one, and four
Yeah.
basic tones.
Yes.
I can hear them nicely in Chinese. I can hear the tones like ma or ma or something like that. But Vietnamese, it's crazy. Like they've got some tones, but I don't hear them.
Mhm.
Like in Chinese, I can distinguish them, but in Vietnamese, it's crazy. Like my husband sometimes he says like so chua, and these words they are completely different. Or I don't know. Like I was trying to learn Vietnamese. I even bought the online courses for 2 months, which is about to expire because I don't log in on the platform. And yeah, like I just had a few lessons, even offline and online lessons. but I don't feel like, I just feel like I need to learn this language, but I don't feel so excited about learning when I was learning, for instance, Chinese or English or French. Like,
so you are not
Vietnamese.
very passionate about learning
Yeah, not
Vietnamese
so,
yet.
but yeah,
Yes, maybe.
probably, yeah. But I can speak a little bit, yeah, with the accent, rough accent, but still, yeah.
Yes, no, accent, I think it's kind of normal. Yeah, I was always kind of thinking, yeah, it's kind of bad thing to have accent. But if I think about it now, everyone has accent. I knew only a few people, I don't know how they can do it, who could speak, for example, Russian without accent at all. It's like, if you don't see the face, yeah, of the person, you will think, yeah, this is a Russian person, yeah, but actually it's not. I don't know how some people can do it. For me, it's
I wouldn't,
really,
well, actually, I wouldn't say that's easy, but practice makes perfect. It's just like, sometimes when I speak English, some people, they try to guess and they challenge. They're like, "Are you from France or are you from America or somewhere there?" That thing. Like, if person practices, I think, yeah, you can reach any result you want.
and I think,
Actually,
no, I think you can easier, faster maybe learn the language and especially pronunciation if you live in a native country. If you hear the language every day, that's actually much better. No, not with Vietnamese.
doesn't work like that. I've got a proof. Like, my auntie, she's been living in the Czech Republic, with her Czech husband for already more than 20 years, and she speaks, like, not that good Czech language, actually, because she never learned that. She just learned that from her husband. That's the
Yes,
thing. The same with me. Like, my Vietnamese is just horrible, I think. But my husband, of course, he says, like, you speak nicely and everything.
yes.
But
No, but he's trying to motivate you. Yes, to learn
you
more.
motivate
Yes, that's why.
me to speak nicely.
No, I think the truth is her English and her Vietnamese good. Her Vietnamese good, but Vietnam is everyone when see foreigner. They always think foreigner will speak English or another language, not Vietnamese when met
Yes.
them. And they always process that in their mind. And when my wife come and she speaks something with Vietnamese,
And they're like,
they
wow.
hear, but they don't know, and they think English. And if it's like not English, and they don't understand.
But they sometimes
It's
understand and they're surprised, like,
and
wow.
if they understand, they will can get the word.
Yeah.
But they always think foreigners speak another language,
Yes.
not Vietnamese. So
Yes.
they never get the word. The same. I have a one time. It's me and my wife come Indonesia, and when I come to airport and stop in airport, try speak Vietnamese with me because he read my passport and he know I'm from Vietnam,
Mhm.
and he try speak Vietnamese, and I don't understand at that time. He speak Vietnamese really good, but I don't understand it because I think he speak Indonesia or English.
And
And
then I say,
I
no,
ask
it's not English.
and I ask my wife, so what does he say? And my wife said, I don't know. And at that time I think, oh, maybe he speak Indonesia.
I just said it's not English, I told
And
you.
after that, I hear one more time, he speak Vietnamese. It means I understand everyone will the same when met my wife. Everyone
Yes.
think we speak
Our language,
like that. The same when we speak normal. My wife from Russian. Uh, Everyone in Vietnam they think we speak Russian together, but no, we speak English.
So
Yeah.
And
your main language is English at home, so you speak mainly in English, and or it's a mixture, or
Actually, to be honest, when I'm speaking to my husband, I have to, like, come to a B1 level from my C1, because I understand that level is not enough to understand all the words that I can use and
yeah.
my pronunciation. Yeah, sometimes he may not catch that, right? That's why I'm trying to speak from my heart, to so to say, when
Yes,
I talk
yes,
to
like
him,
with a
so that
strong
can
accent.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's funny thing, but I notice when someone is from Russia, people can understand immediately when a person speak in English. Yeah, because accent is totally different. Than Russian people, I think they pronounce some sounds very clearly. I think it shouldn't be like that in English. Maybe that's how people understand
it
actually.
and it depends on the person. If the person who just plunged into the pronunciation stuff, probably you would never recognize from the first sight. But if the person didn't do that, so then you can just distinguish, yeah, she's from Russia or he's from Russia. You know, that's the thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And do you understand some Russian, by the way? Just a few words? Something?
When I know my wife, I want to share the truth. Before know the word hello, I know some bad word, but now I know
Oh,
how
yes, everyone knows bad words first. I don't know why.
because it's not because the reason I want to learn that because it's I have a time work for English Center, and I have one feedback
Yes.
from parent kid. They the same is the kid have a father Russian and mother Vietnam, and I don't know how to do that, but the girl she come English Center and really normal, but have mistake with the word is Vietnam, and with the word in Russian is a bad word, and at that time I know this is bad word Russian. Before I know hello, I know the bad word, and
Yeah,
after
I
I
think
have
one thing for sure that people in Russia use a lot of bad words. that's,
and,
that's true actually. You know, that's how I can recognize Russians here by face, for example. I can see it because yeah, this is Russian because we have some I don't know special expressions on the face, and when I hear abuse language, and I was just yes, I was right, yes, because somehow many people they can't speak without using bad words. I don't know. It's like you can just. Sometimes I feel ashamed. Yeah, not everyone is like that, but here people, yeah, what I hear all the time on the streets, yeah, at least a few words I would hear. Yeah, that's. I think maybe is it when you speak Vietnamese language, is it really common also to use some bad words, or it's kind of is it?
That's a nice word. You know how I learned these bad and rude words in Vietnamese? Because I could always pretty often I hear my husband playing the computer games, and when he loses or there is something wrong, he says some bad words in Vietnamese, and I already caught. I think I know them.
That's how you learn bad words. Yeah, actually, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
know the bad word. I have a time communicate with my wife and her family. I know some simple word like how to say hello, how to say yeah, how are you, how to say thank you, say goodbye.
That's
I
right.
think it's a simple word like
Привет.
привет,
Ask me.
как дела?
Huh?
If you feel good, we can say хорошо.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like I'm good.
If we
Like
don't
that.
like
Yeah.
the person, what do we say? We say иди. You know too. And
I know the bad word and some word like goodbye, like пока, like it's bye bye, something that.
молодец.
Yeah, you're learning. Great. Yes. That's really
But
nice.
what's so funny? He knows how to say иди сюда, come here. And he knows how to say иди на, yeah. And I remember the thing it was so funny. He was in the kitchen. He cooked something, and then I came to him and I said, I was just in the distance and I was like, it isn't that. And I wanted to tell him how good job he did and everything. And then he said, he didn't. And I was like, wow, so funny. Like it doesn't even sound harsh or insulting when he says this because it sounds so cute, you know?
Yes. No, there can be, of course, sometimes misunderstanding because of use of some words. Yeah, it can be a lot of funny situations. Yes, that's actually the beauty of intercultural relation that you can use each other languages. You can you can learn a lot about different cultures. And what I would like to ask you, okay, your son is still so little, but in which traditions, let's say, you are raising him up, and which languages do you speak with him? Elena, do you speak only Russian, and you speak only Vietnamese, or because I think it's different in different families, and of course it's the best to speak your mother tongue with the child so that the child can pick a few languages from the beginning. But I think it doesn't always work.
Actually, it depends on who's around, because if my husband's around, I usually would start speaking English to our baby so that he can understand that. And I think the same about my husband. I always hear you speaking English to Daniel when I'm around. Yeah. But if it's just like in my case, if it's face to face to the baby and there is nobody around, of course I would automatically switch to Russian.
Yes.
But sometimes we have, like, personally me, I've got mixture sometimes. For example, there are some words that my husband doesn't really know in English, such as like towel, baby's towel, or tissues. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's just the word han for both.
Yes.
And then I just can't use that hanodao, like, where is that han, give me han, like, mixture, like yetish, something like this. Yeah. And you, what do you think?
The truth is the same. Since like when only me with the baby, I will speak Vietnamese and sometimes speak English. Uh, Only baby with my wife, they will speak Russian. And if we have three people,
Like all the
as a
family.
whole family, we will speak English.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
the shoes thing, in the future, he will learn Vietnamese the first because he will come to school in
Yes.
Vietnam.
Of course.
Always listen English from parents. It means he will speak Vietnamese and English the same time. I think that's the same time. And with Russian, I think he will know the first is not too much word, but the truth is Elena mom always worry and always take care about our family, and she video call is like every day we video call.
Russian tutor.
Yeah, at that time he will speak Russian, and I think the first is Vietnamese and English, and after that he will speak Russian.
Actually,
better,
I
better
do
than my
remember
dad.
when I was pregnant, we actually discussed this question, and you said that English would be first, Russian at the same time, and Vietnamese in the kindergarten, you said. Something
Now
has
something
changed, actually.
changed.
Yes.
But are you
I don't know
planning to speak
why.
Russian with the baby, like to use more Russian when you talk to him? Because I think you're the only one actually who can teach him Russian, because there is no one from your family. Okay, he can talk to his grandmother, but it's like it's still not enough.
I think it's essential to teach Russian, actually, because we've got a friend of ours, like also the same couple, kind of. He's Russian and she's Vietnamese, and she says, like, he said that his daughter is about to forget Russian because he doesn't take a lot of time talking to her, and she's already 5, and she just speaks Vietnamese, like very nice Vietnamese and English. But she's got difficulties in Russian. And I think, like, if our son will be the same, my mom, she would just never forgive me. That is why I have to take up Russian too.
Yes, no, I know this problem because in our family it's kind of the main language is English. We speak English, and kids, they can understand Russian, especially my elder son. So he can understand a lot. If I ask something in Russian, he understands everything. But they reply in English, you know. If I ask in Russian, they will reply in English. But now he really got a very strong interest. He really want to learn how to speak properly. He's kind of asking me again and again, can we start learning Russian? Like, really, like good Russian. He knows how to read, how to write by himself. He learned in Duolingo, yeah, how to read and write, and he knows a lot of words. But still, if I ask something, they will reply in English. And my mother, she's also not happy with that because I can't speak with my grandchildren properly. Yes,
But
that's
actually, still motivated. He's still motivated to learn something.
yes, no, some somehow now he's really motivated. He is kind of big enough, but he got so much interest in Russia, and we went to Moscow only once, and he really liked it so much. He wants to go back, and he started reading Russian literature in English. I was like, wow, what happened? It wasn't like that. Yeah, but something really started motivating him a lot. Yeah, so it can happen even in some, not necessarily in a very early age. He was not really interested in learning Russian earlier, but now, yes. And one question I would like to ask you about local cuisine. Elena, how do you like Vietnamese food? And Dick, I would like to ask the same. What are your favorite Russian dishes? What do you cook at home mainly? And yeah, so what
do you cook mainly?
Normal with me, with the Russian, is people really like cooking, so I try cook any food. But if I'm cook only traditional food in Vietnam, will a little bit difficult with my wife. So I always try learn how to cook another country food. Like I can cook a food from China, Belarus, Korea, or some
Russia.
country, Russian. I can do that, and I try mix that because if I'm cook, it's the same Russian. I can do that, but it's one thing difficult in Vietnam. Sometimes
Ingredients.
we don't have anything prepared for food the same Russian. Have something difficult, something different. So I will try learn how to make that the same, but it's a feel better for my wife. She will don't feel like I'm coming to another country and I don't have my food. I don't met as my family, don't met my friend or something like that, and I will try cook that. The truth is now I'm cook every day for my wife, and when I cook, I always make the food like mix. It's Vietnam and foreigner. It's like it's a, for it's Vietnam or another country like mix that, and she always feel like the truth. In Vietnam, we always have a big table with so many food, but with her,
yes,
we always take is like so many food. It's only one,
In one plate.
yeah, only one plate.
yes,
Like when you come to restaurant, is they always give you something together and make that beautiful.
Yeah.
The same you have one picture or something in your table,
yes.
and I try to do that every day. I try to do that every day. Like I try make its food the same as when you come restaurant.
Mhm.
And
Like
it's
that.
so beautiful and delicious. And you know, as he said, he likes to mix this stuff. And sometimes I just try the dishes for the first time in my life, like some kind of interesting salads. But it's not always perfect. Like if you just make it out of nowhere. So we just, of course, we experiment and we try something. Yeah, but I really honestly love some of your dishes, like the best, like my favorite ones, like fried chicken, fried pork, for instance. I really love that, or that soup with kimchi and tofu. I don't usually eat kimchi, but that soup, I love it so much. Like, yeah, you know, um, so the cuisine at home, it's not basically Vietnamese, like as we
Mhm.
said, it's kind of mixture, and I love it. But talking about Vietnamese cuisine in general, there are just a few dishes that I kind of had to love, so to say, because I live here for already 2 years. But in general, sorry about that, but I wouldn't say that Vietnamese cuisine is my favorite one. Anyway, Russian is in my heart, you know, like all this stuff like that we love cooking and eating. I love it so much. Like it's just a habit, I guess, you know, because like Vietnamese food is nice, but it's different at the same time. And although it's been 2 years,
Mhm.
still I feel like I wanna have some kind of dairy products, some kind of cheese. You know, here's the problem with the cheeses.
Yes.
Yeah, not a lot of options to choose, just like in China. Yeah, something like that. You
But
know.
is there some? thing out of Russian food what you really miss a lot living in Vietnam? What you it's like the probably I don't know. All Russians they miss grechka. For me, you know, I don't miss grechka at all. I don't even eat
No.
grechka like yeah because I cannot understand when people say oh I cannot live without grechka. I need it like every day. Yeah, for me it's okay, but is there something what you really miss? Like, okay, you said it's difficult to find good cheeses.
Yeah.
Is there something else?
But as for buckwheat, as you say, grechka,
Yes,
buckwheat,
buckwheat.
but
Yes,
we
yes,
don't find it here. We can buy it here, but it's just like 3 times more expensive.
yes,
But still buy that. And yeah, I enjoy that sometimes. It's instead of rice, which we eat every day actually.
yes,
But
yes. Rice.
I'm not a great fan of that. The most I miss is cheeses because again it's like 3 times more expensive here, and the quality is not really good because that comes from other
Yes,
countries and it can
yes.
get spoiled and everything like that. But if we talk about some other dishes, I think these are the dairy products actually.
Mhm.
The first thing I missed was cottage cheese, you
Yes,
know, tvorog, because
yes, yes,
we
yes.
can't find it here at all. Or for instance, sour cream like smetana. We recently we found a shop and they do sell the things from Russia, and
Oh,
they
that's
had
nice.
smetana, they had like a sour cream, cottage cheese, everything they had. But again, a little bit more expensive. But we bought that, and I kind of enjoyed it for a while. Yeah. So I think basically, as I said, just to sum up, these are cheeses and dairy products, or something like ryazinka kefir. Like you cannot find it here, only in the
Yes,
special shop.
yes,
More
yes, indeed.
expensive. Yes. Mm. But as for grechka, I didn't really miss it actually because it's
Not really.
yeah, and that's the thing.
And what about sweets, local sweets? Because you said that people in Vietnam they don't like sweets, they don't eat it so much. But
So,
is there something traditional? I don't know, maybe traditional Vietnamese sweets, or it doesn't exist?
is there anything like Vietnamese kale?
Candy.
Yeah, something traditional maybe.
In Vietnam, we have so many tradition candy. That is the truth. But you know, it's different. As people live in Europe or people live in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
People live in Asia. They eat everything a little bit hot,
Yeah.
Hard.
like hot, not easy to eat like that.
Okay.
But like if people come from Europe, they try eat something so smooth,
Mild.
like chocolate or something like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
really easy to eat that. So for tradition candy in Vietnam, we have so many, but normal that will from sticky rice or from rice.
Rice again, you
Yeah,
see.
and from fruits.
Mm-hmm.
Or some have that peanut or bean. Yeah, we can make candy from this. Like,
Basically, like something natural, right?
yeah, because it's like it's my country. It's like as a one country. The truth we are normal country, not it's not poor country, but it's normal country, and everything we always made from nature. We will take
Yeah, okay.
everything from nature and make that
Yeah.
like with rice, sticky rice, some fruit or something like that. Everything nature we can make that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I was asking about difficulties that we face.
Yes. No, I wanted also to ask you this question. Yes, I just wanted to ask Elena, did you ever cook something Russian at home so that your husband really liked? Because I noticed a lot of foreigners they don't really appreciate Russian food. They don't like borscht or they don't like I don't know like buckwheat. They find it like it's not tasty at all. Did you ever make something like something special like typical Russian or? And another question I want to ask is it common for a Vietnamese man to cook at home? Or your husband is really exceptional that he
Well,
cooks? Who is normally cooking?
well, first of all, answering your question, I guess, like actually, I cook once a month in the luckiest cases. So yeah, probably I cooked something at the very beginning, but I do remember cooking some pasta. But my husband even like tried a little bit, like even if I tried cooking, for example, mashed potato, he just tried a little bit, but I love it. That's why now he cooks that for me. Or if we take borscht, for instance, he learned to cook borscht or selyanka, for example. But
Wow.
yeah, like it's rather than like he's cooking for us rather than I would cook, because we just decided that in our family we would separate the duties. Like I do the chores at home, we do both take care of the baby, but he's cooking and
Yeah.
I'm cleaning. That's the
Yes.
thing.
No,
Yeah, and
that's great.
yeah, it's just like everyone knows what he needs to do, and that's it. No arguments. Yeah.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
Russian food
Somebody
is actually good with masala. Yeah. If you put some
masala.
chilies. Yes.
Well, and as for the dishes, I do remember Thức, he made a surprise for me, and once he took me to a restaurant, and he didn't tell me what that exactly about, but that was called USSR, and
Wow.
all these tour there was like in the USSR, and they do serve the dishes like our let's say traditional dishes,
Mhm.
salads, trube, and all this stuff. And I felt so happy, like finally. But their borscht wasn't that good. Like my husband, he cooks better. He's a great cook, actually. Yeah.
That's great.
So,
Yeah, you're lucky. Yes. I think a lot of girls were telling that actually their husbands cook at home, and I was kind of surprised to hear, especially about Eastern husbands. I know that in typical Eastern family, normally women cook, and men they work, they bring money. Yes, that's why I was like, oh wow, that's really great.
since the kindergarten, there are some tutorials for the boys and the girls at the same time to cook. Like it's a common thing for boys in Asia to cook,
That's
because even
nice.
like when I ask them, like some of the students, like what do you love, they say like boys, they say I love cooking, and
That's
it's
great.
not something in Asia, it's a common thing here. Yeah.
Yes, no, that's why I was surprised to hear that because
But
it's not
because
like that everywhere. Yes, that's true. And yeah, so about this question, so because both of you are from totally different backgrounds, religion, culture, so what are the main difficulties do you face, like in daily life or everything? Maybe some misunderstanding because of difference in the cultures, or everything just smooth and nice. It's also possible because many people said, no, we don't have any difficulties. Yeah, we are from different cultures, but we are just perfect. So we don't really fight. We don't really have any problems. But do you have some difficulties due to difference in your cultures?
do we?
The truth, I think, is everyone always has something difficult. But the truth, with me, we think it's difficult if you think small or really tiny, that will disappear. So we can forget about that. We can think about we always have love, we always have a good time and happy time. That thing will make everything will happy. And when we have something difficult, I don't know how to people fix that, but with me, I try make solution for that.
Mhm.
And if we can fix everything, we forget that,
Yeah.
and we will think the time happy. We will think it's a happy time. That is good enough.
Maybe it's better say not difficulties, but some things that are not common for your
Ye-
partner, such
Yes,
as
yes,
for um, probably it's just me or ladies from Russia. We got used to the flowers. Like if it's birthday, I gotta get the flowers. If
yes,
it's the 8th of May, Women's Day, I'm waiting for the flowers, you know? And this is the issue. Yeah. It's just like I'm trying to learn my husband that I feel happy to receive. It's not just like I need these flowers. No. It's not
yes,
about the flowers. It's I know that he can take care of me, of our baby. He shows his love by doing something, right? Right? Some good things for me, so that I don't feel tired or like something like that. But the flowers, they're just the sign of attention for me. Even though I've got enough attention, I wanna sometimes to have kind of special treatment let's say. And yeah, the first time when like I tried hinting on the flowers, like, you remember there is the Women's Day coming, and then no flowers, so sad. And then at night he goes to buy flowers, my love. Or for instance, like when I delivered the baby, before that, actually I didn't just tell you like in vain that in Russia men usually receive flowers for their women when they deliver the babies. I told him, but still he didn't buy flowers the first day. But that's okay. Like, I understand that, I accept that, but still I would love to have it. And the 27th of July last year, when I received our baby, delivered our baby, it was pretty rainy, and actually we discharged from the hospital in 2 days on 29th. Yeah, and it was rainy, still raining. And even though he went to buy the flowers, and I was like, oh my god, it's not just like I need it again. I don't want you to suffer out under the rain. I just needed that. But if there is nothing, kind of fine, but kind of not fine. We women, yeah, we kind of want that. Yeah, and talking about the cultural stuff, there is the thing with the amount of flowers. Maybe you heard that in the Asian countries, they just basically don't care how many flowers to give to.
That's what I heard. That in Asia, men don't buy flowers. It's not in their culture. It's like
Yeah,
there is nothing wrong with that, but it's not a culture thing. Yes. So in
yeah,
Vietnam, it's also not common to buy flowers for
yeah.
women.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I was talking about the amount of the flowers, because in our like in our culture, so to say, if we do present the odd number, or we just like, for instance, like 2 flowers for the funeral, right? Or like 3 flowers for a birthday party.
Yes.
But here, they don't care about this. And I remember the cases when there was, for instance, my birthday, and he brought 10 flowers, and I was like, I understand this is Vietnam, but still, please do check that because I don't feel comfortable. This is like the same for the when I came out from the hospital. You brought 4 roses, and I was like, again 4 roses, and he was like,
Yes.
I didn't. It was all together already,
But I think
Yeah.
it's important only in Russia. Here also, when they sell like bouquets, it's not necessary that there would be 5 or 7 flowers. It can be like 8 or 10, and no one cares. Actually, when I ask why, yeah, it is important. People don't understand. I think it's only in Russia the case that it's.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable about this. You see.
Yes. Yes. And Elena, I asked this question all the girls, so and I will ask you as well. Yes, before we finish, I am sorry that I took so much time, yeah, because you have a little baby. Yeah, yes, I can understand that it's not easy to talk. And I would like to ask you, what would you recommend to the girls who are in relationship with Vietnamese men? I don't know. You told already that not so many Vietnamese men marry abroad, but still, I'm sure there should be some couples, and how to behave with them to prevent any misunderstanding or some problems, or how to understand that man is really serious about you. Can you just give maybe some tips based on your experience?
Well, starting from the last point, so like how to understand if the man is serious or not, I think it's not about culture or country. It's just something personal, which you can understand only by yourself. Like, considering your background and past relationship. Yeah, so I wouldn't say anything particular here, but talking about advice, so to say, probably to start learning the language. Yes, because sometimes I feel like I really want to talk to you about some kind of deep conversations,
Yeah.
but I know that, like, in case I start speaking about this in English, his vocabulary will not be enough. and which means I'll better switch to his language, but I don't have enough vocabulary either. So yeah, this is the challenge. So probably, like, there is the issue as we don't speak each other's native language. We
Yes.
both speak English and we learn English like a second language. This is the issue, I think. So I would recommend one of the partners to say, like, start learning Vietnamese, probably. Yeah. What would you recommend to Russian girls, like to me,
Yeah.
to do?
No, not necessarily Russian girls. It can be anyone, like from any country. Yes, I mean, yeah. How
I
to
think
how to win the heart of a Vietnamese man? Yeah.
I think the truth are so many people think we have some tip, we have some information how to know this good girl or good boy. But I think important when you marry someone about your feeling. The first and the second is always have that we say destiny is like something from sky, maybe in the sky. Some gods tell you this is your man, this is your husband, and you feel that with your heart because it's the truth. Now so many people they can say I love you, I always love you, so many emotion, everything is good, but the truth inside them maybe they don't think that. So important is about how you feel. And the second thing is like if not only you feel they love you, you need feel how you feel with them. Like if some man love you, okay, you know that, but you need check yourself. So I love him or not. If
Yes.
yourself the same, okay, that is correct people. It's the same me and my wife. She know that and I know the same. It means we know I love you and my partner love me the same. That's a reason we can connect easy. And I think that is the truth, not like really have a tip or take note or something. Have maybe have so many people talk about that,
Yeah.
but I think it's feeling with the heart. That's it.
Yeah.
And being
That's true.
honest with
And
yourself.
what would you actually recommend to Vietnamese guys, yeah, who are in love with foreigner women? Do you think it's for everyone? Because sometimes I feel that some men they are not really ready to marry someone from a different culture because they still try to change their wives. They want that okay, I marry a foreigner, but I want her to behave like let's say Vietnamese woman. Yeah, I don't like this, I don't like that. So, what would you recommend to your country mates? Yeah.
I would. Uh, can I just add one thing here, like two things, to be
Yes,
honest?
yes, yes, of course, of
First
course.
thing I would recommend Vietnamese men, if you wanna get married to a foreigner, not exactly Russian, just any, like, okay, let it be English speaking, because there are so many people speaking English in the world.
Yes,
So there are chances that, for instance, a French woman would speak English and you would be able to understand each other. So the first point is English, because even among Thick's friends, there are some guys who say, "Oh, hey, dude, I'm so jealous. I also want to know a foreigner and get married to a foreigner," but they cannot say anything in English. So this is the most important thing, I guess. You see, Thức, he can speak some English.
yes,
It's not perfect. We know that, but it's okay. We can communicate. This is
yes,
the first thing. Yes. And the second thing, you said something about changing a spouse. Yeah,
yes,
I would not recommend doing that. I mean, like, there is always the compromise. Like, you can explain your point of view. You can explain something considering your culture, and you can ask your partner to compromise on something. But don't never push him or her.
yes,
Like, because in this case you will have troubles. Like, if you push somebody to go against himself, like, it won't be the person you love. Like, we usually love the person
exactly.
for his truly self, right? Not for somebody we wanted him to become. So I think these are the things. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's the same. I think the same.
Why we think the same?
Yes,
It's
no,
just
that's what I feel. Yeah, you know, I heard a lot of stories where, especially when guys try to change their wives, and in the end, this relation breaks. So
Yeah.
they don't work out because it's then. My question is, why did you marry a foreigner if you want her to behave like a woman from your culture? So that's why I think it's not for everyone. If person don't understand it and try to change his or her partner, it's not right. That's what you told as well. Yes. So
I think it's one thing important if you have a relationship, not with foreigner, with everyone will be the same. It's like it's have two people for one relationship. If some people angry, okay, some people can silent.
How you make the balance?
That thing is a good. It's a like it mean is that we need maybe the man should like always understand more, like try calm down, not really angry or something like that, and always have like it's try how to like okay control is the man. It's
yeah,
like okay this time okay maybe she wrong, maybe she have mistake, but no problem we can say sorry. That thing one thing important, if you can say sorry when you not wrong, that will fix everything better.
yes,
That thing I that is good.
Smart.
Yeah, because
yes,
it's now you everyone understand everything. But when we angry, we don't want think too much. We always think who is who mistake, who wrong, who right. But if is the man understand everything, the man only say I'm sorry. At that time only say sorry and finish that. And maybe tomorrow or after that, everyone will think a little bit and they will understand. Ah, at that time it's my fault, but my husband say sorry.
yeah,
So okay, now we can come and say I'm sorry. It's the last time. It's not good. But at that time I say no, it's your fault, and we have a
yes,
big. So that thing important. Like it's like everyone need know how to say sorry. That thing
yeah.
be
That's
good.
true. Not everyone can do it. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I think it's
That's
perfect for
that's a
with
good suggestion. Yeah,
that.
to learn how to say sorry sometimes. Yeah, because people when they're angry, yeah, they don't really think what they're saying. Yeah, and can say something hurtful. Yeah, as well. And last question I would like to ask you. Are you planning to settle down in Vietnam or do you see your future somewhere else? I'm not talking about like now, but let's say in the nearest future, in a few years, or do you really feel comfortable and would like to build your home and stay like in Vietnam forever?
Actually, I'd love to start answering this question because you know I'm a traveler, and as I told you before, I didn't expect to have family in Vietnam. So
Yes.
for me, like okay, I explored the northern part of Vietnam and we kind of settled for now in Hanoi. But uh, we were having a conversation about this, and we decided that we would love to move to a city which is next to the sea.
Mhm.
Yeah, for example, Da Nang. I love Da Nang. Yeah, maybe you're not so excited about that, but I feel like the environment there would be better. And I mean, like, okay, like I do appreciate that my husband's got all his entire friendship and family in this country. That's why obviously we would settle here, probably buy a house in the future, but in India, in another city, yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't mind traveling. I really want to travel, and I saw when my husband the first time he traveled with me to Bali. That was his first trip. Not considering China, yeah. Before I saw you were happy, so I mean, like we should travel, yeah, and probably in the like not the nearest future, but in some years, probably we would move to another country when we save up enough money. Probably that would be Russia. I don't know. Yeah.
So
What do you
are
think?
you ready to live in Russia for some time?
The choose I think is live where is not important is live with who?
Ye-
I think it's when
Yes.
I live with my wife. Okay, go everywhere, no problem. But it's only with me this time. I think when we move and we live in somewhere, we need thing for the baby. We need thing for us parent. Because it should okay, we can come and live another country. We can live anywhere, but we need know is where is our baby will start study. He cannot go. Is the same time we go everywhere. That thing is the first, and
Yeah.
I think is when you want move somewhere. Okay, that is a good idea. I really want that. But one thing important with me, um, is like it's who will go together with you. If I go together with my family, with my wife, with my son, okay, we can go everywhere. And one thing when
Yeah. No, that's true. Of course,
you
it's
have
important. Yeah.
that thing,
And when
okay,
kids go to school, I think for all parents, it's important to think, okay, where they will really study, especially if it's a higher education.
We still have 6 or 7 years to think about that. So we'll just postpone that conversation for the future.
Yes, yes, no, of course, you still have enough time. And in Vietnam, kids go to school also, like in Russia, you said 6, 7 years old, or
exactly.
yes?
Oh, they will start come
Six
to
in Vietnam.
school.
Oh,
Kinder,
wow, that's pretty
primary,
nice.
yeah, primary school. They will start at 6.
Mm. But in Russia, it depends. Like, if the kid was born at the end of the year, he can start. If I'm not mistaken, he should start at 7. But if he was born in the beginning or something like that, and he's not completely 7, but he will be 7 at the end of the year or something like that, I'm not sure. He can start at 6 and
No,
go to the first grade, and
what
then
I heard, at least when I was going to school, some kids started at 6 because they were ready for that,
yeah,
but kids who were not
yes,
really ready to start, they started at 7.
yeah,
But that's why it was, yeah, it was a big shock for me that here kids go to school, especially in Belgium, at 2.5, 3 years old. They go to school. This 3 is maximum. So if you don't, if you don't register your child to school, then there would be a big problem. So I was really shocked. Here it is 5. 5 is maximum. So child should start between 4 and 5. So I never saw it like this, like we have in Russia. I never saw it like this at least in this part of Europe. And for me, it was something really strange
but do
because
you
3 is too early.
like they sit at the desks, like
Yes,
they don't move that
yes,
much?
okay, of course they play, yeah, but they have to be at school until 3 o'clock and they don't sleep. And for me, it was like, no, this is not good, actually. Yeah, I didn't like this really much, and that's why I was bringing my kids home earlier so that they can sleep at least and rest, because it's difficult for especially 3 years old child, if he's used to sleep during the day, for example, and then he has to sit at school until 3. That's, yeah. But I didn't expect that there is like a very big difference between Russia and let's say these countries. Yeah, so Vietnam is closer to Russia from that point. That's nice. Yes. Elena and Tik, I really would like to thank you for this wonderful conversation. I enjoyed a lot, really. I learned so much about Vietnam. It's like so many new things which I didn't really know, because I never talked about this country yet. So you were the first couple. I'm really, really grateful that you accepted my invitation. I saw a lot of comments, yeah, very nice comments. And if someone wants to ask something, they can always write a comment under, and I think you can reply to people who are interested to know more. And I would like to invite everyone to follow this beautiful couple, wonderful people, very positive, I can say. Yes, because it's always nice to talk to friendly, positive people. Yeah, because they say, okay, Russian people, they never smile. They're not very positive, but we prove it's not always the truth, because all the girls I talked until now, okay, all of them live abroad, but they're not like, maybe they're not like typical Russians, I would say. Yeah, or maybe we changed a lot. Who knows?
It's just because they're real, probably.
Yes, but Elena, do you feel that after you moved abroad, that something changed in you? Did Vietnam, let's say, because you live in Vietnam now, did Vietnam change you?
I would say that my husband, he changed me in a way. Like before meeting him, I would get irritated on everything. Like somebody said something wrong, somebody looked at me in the wrong way, I would like, why did he do like that? Blah, blah, blah. And the first year, I think, when I met my husband, we also like, I was the same. Like when I had issues at work, I would say, oh, she's a beam, like she did like that and I did like this, and you see, blah blah. And then he would always tell me, calm down. What would you tell me? Take it easy.
The truth, I think.
Yeah, and I became kind of.
I think I will
Not
the
that
same.
harsh.
I will the same. My wife always. It's not really easy for control emotion with everything, but I have a 2 year joy and live in military, and after that I know is everyone will have a reason for do something.
Yes.
No one want be. No one want to be bad person. No one wanna we do something bad. Maybe they have some reason. And when we met something, we know someone only maybe 5 minutes or maybe 1 minute. We don't know any information from them. So we can calm down and try maybe okay, smiling or something like that. That will be good for everyone. Because sometimes maybe people is good with everyone, but only 1 minute have some mistake and at that time met you. And you think they bad person, but they should know. Who know that? So if we live and we kind with everyone, the truth is not everyone will kind again with you at this time,
Yes,
but maybe
that's true.
maybe in the future is have something good will come with you. And when
Yeah.
you kind with everyone, maybe you will feel it's like really comfortable inside you. And you when you angry with something, the first thing you will is make something difficult with yourself. Maybe
Yeah.
they don't know you angry, but you still angry and you come home, you do something. It's not good with another people.
Asian wisdom.
Yes,
That is
no,
not good.
it's actually
You,
it's
we
in
you
the
can
culture
we
indeed.
forget
Yes,
that come home because we angry with another people, not angry with is another people is around you. It's like not with your family. Okay, you met something not good, you angry at that time, maybe 1 minute and forget that
Yeah, that's the
and come
thing
home.
that I taught
Yeah,
from
that's it.
that I learned from you, and you taught me this. Yeah, just to take everything easy, no matter what happens. Like it's not just like to be inadequate and react everywhere, like in a positive way. No, of course you can feel some emotions, but
yes.
try to take it easier. So that's the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's a
the.
very important thing, yes, to not to pay attention so much because yeah, but I think it's part of the culture. And as I said that I met some Vietnamese people abroad, and I don't know, according to me that they're very friendly people. I can't even compare them with Chinese. I think they're very different. You can probably say more about that, but I find them very nice, very friendly. They always talk in a very polite way. Yes, the people I met, because we often went to Vietnamese restaurant. We had our favorite one. I really love Vietnamese food, to be honest. So, and people were always friendly. I never met any unfriendly. They're kind of polite, quiet, not very, like, let's say, noisy, not very loud. I think this is probably part of the culture, and that's what you also said.
But being not loud, probably you just met the ones, but the country itself is quite loud. It's just like in China. It's really loud
Really.
here. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, like if you would compare, like my mom when she comes, I'm not saying it's a bad feature. No, it's just different. Like when my mom she comes to Vietnam, and after that she like after being living here for a month or 3 months, and then she comes back to Russia, and she says, "Oh, Lena, nobody's shouting on the street."
Yeah, but it's not a part of Russian culture. I think people are more
Yeah.
reserved. Yeah, they don't really talk so much, or maybe not so loud on the streets. Yes, that's true. Yeah, but that's my impression. Maybe I'm wrong. I have never been to Vietnam. I'm just talking about my experience with people whom I met, like in Europe, because there are not so many actually Vietnamese. If I compare Chinese people with Vietnamese,
Oh,
you can
Chinese
see a lot of Chinese, but only a few Vietnamese, yes, but
You can go
still,
to a Vietnamese market. I'm sure it's in every country. Vietnam clothes market or something like that. Yeah, so just before coming to Vietnam, honestly, I saw Vietnamese people only on the Vietnamese market, and there was a whole class that I had to teach English to, and the whole class, the kids, they were from Vietnam. They're kind of kids of the expats, and they had to learn English. And yeah, but at that moment I didn't know I would go to Vietnam, and I didn't know I would start speaking Vietnamese one day and have a child from a Vietnamese man, you know.
yes,
Yeah, but somehow now I think about that and I feel like why it was me, exactly me, who was teaching those Vietnamese kids. Like, is that a coincidence, or
yes,
was that the hit from the destiny? Like,
yes,
Elena,
that's
think.
true. It was a destiny, yeah, the sign from the universe that you will end up in Vietnam. Yes, yeah, now it's your second home, yes.
Yeah,
So you met your love, you moved there, and now, yeah, you're happily married, have a beautiful son, yes. So everything, I wish you a lot of happiness. Yeah, you're a very nice and beautiful couple. So a lot of happiness. And I really hope that we will visit Vietnam one day. Yes, that would be really nice to meet you in real, because it's always nice to meet people with whom I have interviews, because you always feel, or at least I always feel like I know everyone for many years already. It's just, just a feeling. Yeah, you just meet for the first time, but it's like, it's so nice. It's always a very warm and friendly conversation with everyone. So I would like to thank you again, and I'm sorry to take your time, because I know it's not easy with the baby. Yeah, and see, your husband actually made him sleep. Yes, he's sleeping now. Yes.
My family take care of him.
Ah, okay, okay. Yes, that's really nice. Yes. So thank again, and I wish you a wonderful, yeah, it's already evening for you, a wonderful evening. Yes, and let's keep in touch. It would be nice to meet again, because I have so many ideas. Yeah, so I will surely invite you again. We can maybe discuss something, like some particular topic, because there's so much to discuss about intercultural relation, about life in different countries. So we can compare something, or there are a lot of things which I didn't ask you today. So we will be in touch, and thanks again. And
thank
see you again.
you.
I don't like to
Bye.
say okay. Yes, yes, and I'm sorry if I missed some comments, guys. So you can always write and ask Elena and Thức about something if you are interested to know. Okay, thanks again. Bye bye. See
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.